There's only one thing to look forward to, and that's future movies with sci-fis, romance, horror, and action-packed movies. What's in store for us this upcoming 2023 and 2024 will only get better. Stay tuned until the end because you're not going to want to miss this. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. After the infamous defeat of Amber Heard in her case against Johnny Depp, DC fans are left wondering what's in store for Mera in the Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. With archaic entities and powers unleashed in Atlantis, Aquaman is forced to make alliances with the most unexpected characters in the film. How far is Arthur willing to go to save his kingdom? Fantastic Four.
He knows answers to questions we don't even know to ask.
A 2024 Marvel movie remake starring John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, Olivia Foy as Invisible Woman, Michael Chiklis as The Thing, and Joe Keery as Human Torch. The movie is planned to be set in the 1960s, based on Fantastic Four live story. Reed Richards, also known as Mr. Fantastic, is assigned by the government of the United States to create a spaceship big enough to send thousands of people to outer space to keep them away from the terrors of the Soviet Union. The Marvels.
So you might not see me for a long time.
The Marvels, serving as the Captain Marvel 2 movie stars Brie Larson, along with Tiana Paris and Monica Rambeau, and Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel. It explores the story of Carol and her now adult niece Monica as they travel in flight intergalactic monsters. In the series WandaVision, it was shown that Monica gained powers after being constantly exposed to Wanda's protective barrier. Set to release on July 28, 2023, The Marvels is also expected to be the continuation of the Disney Plus show Miss Marvel. Godzilla vs. Kong 2.
It's Godzilla.
Godzilla vs. Kong 2 is not the official title, but the rumored title is Son of Kong. However, this is not verified. The movie will venture out more on where the Titans come from and why they want to reach the surface so badly, and most especially, why now? In Godzilla vs. Kong, Dr. Lin thought Kong won the gruesome battle back in Hong Kong, but as it turns out, Godzilla was the real victor, but refused to kill Kong. However, Kong species aren't weak because they managed to defeat Godzilla before. In the present movie, a lot of questions unanswered by the previous movie will be resolved. Why the heated battle? And who will be the real winner in this battle? Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 2.
Fighting for the so-called greater good.
Tom Cruise's last appearance in the Mission Impossible 28 Years movie series. Dead Reckoning Part 2 is set to be the best. Ethan Hunt is sent on a trip to Sydney, Australia to once again save the world. His mission is to get rid of a scientific and artificial disease named Chimera that gives the drinker a gruesome death unless given the cure. The last movie of the series was set to release in August 2022, but because of COVID, plans were changed to give the iconic Mission Impossible series a proper goodbye. Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
We're a team of thieves.
When Stranger Things was released 6 years ago, people couldn't help but be more drawn by the mythical creatures of D&D, and now they finally get the liberty of having another of their own movies, starring Chris Pine, Hugh Grant, Regis Page, and more. This film starts with a thief and a barbarian escaping from the years of prison. But as it turns out, the thief was also a harper in the past, seeking out his revenge on the man that caused their capture and stabbed them in the back. He reunites once more with the rest of his team, a pretty much useless wizard and a druid. With their resources, they find their mission impossible after they find out their mortal enemy is an ally of Red Wizard, aka one of the strongest wizards in the world. Despicable Me 4.
No!
Following the story of Gru, Lucy, Agnes, Drew, Edith, and Margot, and of course the iconic minions Kevin, Bob, and Stuart, the gang goes directly to their next mission just after they defeated Baltazar Brett. During their celebrity party, another set of villains arises to challenge the safety of the citizens. In September 2024, join the gang as two sisters, Pandora and Ophelia Caligari, are on their mission to destroy Eposton State Park and build their evil museum instead of jeopardizing the safety of their city. Paranormal Activity: The Other Side. Excited to go off to college living in your dorms with your bestest friends? You might have your second thoughts when you watch this movie. It tells the story of 4 friends, Annie, Jen, Mila, and Isabel. Only, this isn't your happy-go-lucky college students, because after moving into their house for college, they start to notice and observe the eerie details that connect them to a deadly 1988 incident. Will they survive through their power of friendship, or will the ghost of the past haunt them to the death? Juliet. Based on the novel Juliet in 2010 by Anne Fortier, it tells the story of Julie Jacobs. The protagonist finds out that she is a descendant of the classic tragic love story Romeo and Juliet. What she thought was pure fantasy was real after all. But the curse of her ancestor's story doesn't end in their story alone. Juliet Jacobs has to find a way to stop the curse that killed her parents, her grandparents, her parents' grandparents, and so on before it gets to her. Wonder Woman 3.
Lasso does more than just make you tell the truth. It can make
Starring the daughter of the mighty Zeus, Diana Prince has protected mankind for more than a century, as seen in her previous 2 movies. However, as times go modern, her enemies become more dangerous than ever, equipped with high-tech weapons and perhaps stronger deities. Specifically, the envious enchantress Circe, played by Tilda Swinton, forcing the demigod protector to create alliances with unlikely saviors, and even the Justice League. Oppenheimer.
40 million American people in the 20th.
Ever wondered how atomic bombs came to be? Or what his creator had in mind for the use of such a destructive weapon? In this movie, the story of such questions will be told, telling the life of Robert Oppenheimer, an American scientist who played a major and fundamental part in the creation of atomic bombs. It's a movie history drama starring Matthew Modine as the leading man, and other actors Jack Quaid, Cillian Murphy, and Florence Pugh. Rebel Moon. After living in a place of peace and serenity for so long, many would not expect to have the best soldiers in the area. In the colony's efforts to fight against Belisarius, a dictatorial race, they secretly send a young woman to travel throughout the universe to find strong soldiers to find their battle in order to save their colony. However, Cora, the protagonist, played by Sofia Boutella, is a woman of secrets and mystery. Will her efforts be enough to save their home? The Tiger's Apprentice. Death turns a lot of people's lives upside down, but Tom's life turns into fantasy when he's mentioned by a tiger on how to fight. When his grandmother, who happens to be a Phoenix egg protector, dies during a war, her responsibilities are passed on to his Chinese-American grandson to protect the egg. When his lessons are supervised by the magical tiger, he finds out that he comes from a family of protectors known as the Guardians. In order to fight the greater evil, he had to bring back the zodiac animals that were known as the greatest warriors. Rendezvous with Rama. Inspired by the novel written by Arthur C. Clarke in 1973, this highly anticipated movie is set in the future about a century from now, when a huge asteroid hit Italy in 2077. The government made it a mission to find out why it came unprecedented. The movie is told from the astronaut's point of view, trying to decipher the mysteries of the 50 by 20 kilometer alien starship named Rama that entered our solar system, observed in 2131 around the orbit of Jupiter. A solar vessel was sent out to study the cryptic ship. Will it attack or simply observe our worlds? It's safe to say a lot is in store for the next 2 years. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and share with us any movies we missed. Make sure you stay connected, and we'll see you in the next one.